In today's video, we have some exciting news to discuss. The recent trade that has sent shockwaves through the league. The Boston Celtics have made a bold move by acquiring Jrue Holiday, one of the most talented and versatile guards in the NBA. This is why Jrue Holiday will be the perfect fit for the Boston Celtics. We'll break down the details of the Jrue Holiday trade and analyze how it could potentially impact the Celtics' future. So let's dive right in. Before we dive into the specifics of the trade, let's take a moment to appreciate the significance of this move. Jrue Holiday is widely regarded as one of the premier two-way guards in the league, known for his exceptional defense, playmaking ability, and scoring prowess. His addition to the Celtics roster brings a new dynamic to the team and raises expectations for their upcoming season. But most importantly, let's go back to last year's postseason to address the Celtics' biggest problems and how they came up short from making the finals. Then we can explain how Holiday could fix all of it. One of the key factors that hindered the Celtics' success in the Eastern Conference Finals was their defensive struggles. Throughout the series, the Celtics had difficulty containing their opponents, allowing crucial points in crucial moments. Defensive breakdowns, missed assignments, and inconsistent rotations all contributed to their opponents finding open shots and exploiting mismatches. The inability to consistently lock down defensively proved to be a significant hurdle for the Celtics. Jimmy Butler averaged 24 points this series, including one 35-point game and three near 30-point games. Compared to Butler's previous series, this wasn't even his best performance. However, his teammate Caleb Martin helped by averaging 19 points, shooting a ridiculous 60% from the field and 49% from three. Another one of their glaring weaknesses was their ineffective perimeter defense. The Miami Heat boasted a roster filled with sharpshooters and playmakers such as Jimmy, Caleb Martin, Kyle Lowry, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, and Gabe Vincent, and the Celtics struggled to contain their perimeter scoring. Whether it was allowing open three-point shots or failing to close out on shooters quickly, the Celtics found themselves constantly playing catch-up on defense. And like we just mentioned, it seemed as if their communication was heavily flawed. In high-stakes playoff games, communication is key to ensure proper rotations, switches, and help defense. However, the Celtics often appeared disjointed on the defensive end, resulting in missed assignments, leaving shooters open, and allowing easy baskets for the Heat. These breakdowns exposed the Celtics' lack of cohesion and led to defensive lapses. But honestly, while the Celtics' defense was far from perfect, we have to give Miami a lot of credit. They hit 58% of their open threes, which was the highest percentage of any team within the last 10 years. But lastly, the Celtics' failure to make effective defensive adjustments throughout the series impacted their overall performance. Despite the Heat finding success with certain offensive strategies, the Celtics struggled to adapt and find solutions. The lack of adjustments allowed the Heat to exploit the same defensive weaknesses repeatedly, making it difficult for the Celtics to gain momentum and control the series. This could all change with someone as great defensively as Jrue Holiday. Now, I already know what like 98% of you are thinking. Yes, I know, Jimmy Butler had no problem scoring on Jrue in the first round. However, things are much different now that he's on the Celtics. For starters, the Celtics have great-sized defenders in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, and Lamar Stevens off the bench, who is a really underrated defender. This size and length on the court together will most likely shorten the court for Butler, giving him tighter areas to operate in, which will allow Jrue to play closer and be more physical, and not having to worry about Jimmy trying to blow past him since they have two great defenders lurking help side in Kristaps and Horford. And not only that, but come on guys, let's not pretend like Jrue Holiday isn't one of the most talented defenders of this generation. So just because he struggled at times against Butler in one series doesn't mean it's going to be that way every single time they face off. All great defenders can make adjustments, something Holiday can do better than the majority of the league. Also, having JT, Jaylen Brown, and Stevens will make it to where the Celtics can really experiment and throw different bodies on scorers like a Jimmy Butler, Trae Young, or, of course, Damian Lillard. Marcus Smart is an amazing defender, an all-time great defender who certainly will be missed. However, his specialty isn't one-on-one defense. Not to mention he was pretty hobbled throughout the postseason, so that decreased his defensive ability even further. And we can debate all day long who's the better defender out of Smart and Holiday, but there is no debating that Holiday is the better perimeter defender. When it comes to on-ball defense, Jrue Holiday is in a league of his own. His quickness, agility, and anticipation allow him to stay in front of his opponents and disrupt their offensive rhythm. Holiday's ability to slide laterally and mirror his opponent's movements is truly remarkable. He consistently stays connected to his man, making it difficult for him to create separation or get clean looks at the basket. And what really sets Jrue Holiday apart is his defensive versatility. He can guard multiple positions, from opposing point guards to small forwards, due to his combination of size, strength, and agility. Holiday's defensive versatility allows his team to switch defensive assignments seamlessly, disrupt offensive sets, and make it challenging for opponents to find mismatches. And his defensive impact extends beyond his ability to stay in front of his opponents. He's got a knack for generating steals and deflections, disrupting passing lanes, causing turnovers, and just in general causing havoc. Holiday's active hands and anticipation skills allow him to disrupt offensive plays, create fast break opportunities for his team, and switch the momentum of a game. Combining Jrue with Jason Tatum is a wonderful pairing on this side of the ball. Much like Holiday, Tatum's best defensive attribute is maybe his versatility. Standing at 6'9", he has the size and athleticism to guard multiple positions effectively. Tatum can seamlessly switch defensive assignments, from guarding point guards to defending power forwards, showcasing his ability and defensive IQ. His versatility provides his team with the flexibility to adjust defensive matchups and disrupt offenses. Tatum's defensive impact isn't necessarily shown on the ball on a consistent basis. His off-ball awareness and help defense is crucial in shutting down opponents' scoring opportunities. Tatum has a keen sense of anticipation, allowing him to make timely rotations, help on drives, and contest shots from weak side positions. His ability to read the game and provide help defense enhances the overall defensive identity of the team. And what's really scary is that Jrue's backup guard, Derek White, is almost just as impactful as he is defensively. Derek White's elite defense often flies under the radar, but his impact on that end of the court is undeniable. His on-ball lockdown defense, ability to generate steals and deflections, shot blocking, and overall defensive metrics all contribute to his status as an elite defender. White's commitment to the defensive end of the court sets him apart and makes him an invaluable asset to his team. As he continues to hone his defensive skills, Derek White is poised to further solidify his reputation as one of the NBA's premier defensive players. So yeah, the Celtics defense was already elite. Now with Jrue Holiday, it's surpassed elite. The amount of different looks and coverages they can now use will be a game changer come playoff time, that's for sure. And Holiday actually sort of pointed that out after his preseason debut, talking about the team's versatility. He said this: "But at the end of the day, like I said all week, we've got 7, 8, 9 starting guys that could start or finish. And so the preseason is being able to just experiment with different lineups. And our guys are open-minded. They're ready to play together. They're ready to sacrifice. They're ready to do whatever it takes to win. So it's going to be a bunch of different lineups, especially during the preseason. And then we'll be able to keep that open mind and that flexibility throughout the year." Okay, so now I'm sure everyone is familiar with Jrue's defense, but some might be wondering what exactly will he bring to the table offensively, and if he's much of an upgrade from Marcus Smart as a true point guard. Well, let me put it like this. Marcus Smart averaged 11 points and shot 33% from 3 last year. Jrue Holiday, on the other hand, averaged 19 points and shot 38% from the 3-point line. So yeah, I think that answers that question pretty neatly. The Celtics were already 4th in points scored per game last season. Now with Jrue, I wouldn't be surprised if they moved up into the top 2, if not the first. I don't think many realize that Jrue's offense could potentially be just as important to the Celtics as his defense, because as we know, both Brown and Tatum aren't always the most reliable ball handlers and decision makers in big games. But Jrue has done just that on the biggest stage in the NBA Finals. He knows how to control pace and get his stars involved, something I really don't think Tatum and Brown ever had. Don't get me wrong, Marcus Smart wasn't a bad point guard at all, but I think we can all agree that Jrue is the more natural true point, something the Celtics have desperately needed throughout the years. I think the Boston Celtics have the ingredients for a successful season. With a talented core, impactful offseason additions, a skilled coaching staff, and a winning culture, they have the potential to be a force to be reckoned with in the NBA. The development and defensive versatility of their roster, along with the ability to compete at a high level in the Eastern Conference, will determine the extent to which the Celtics can fulfill their potential and vie for a deep playoff run. However, the Celtics will face stiff competition in the Eastern Conference, with teams like the Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks, and Philadelphia 76ers posing significant challenges. The ability to navigate through a highly competitive conference and perform consistently against top-tier opponents will be crucial for the Celtics to realize their potential. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.